Well, here it is, a 2010 Ford Edge. Belongs to my mother-in-law. In for its annual, once a year, basic enhancement plus wax. Not bad for it's got 88,000 miles on it. It's in decent shape. The paint's a little dull because, like I said, she only does it once a year. I'm going to try all rotary this time. I'm going to even try, see what I can do with these. She doesn't drive at night, but so I haven't been too concerned with it until now. But I figure I'll try the rotary at a low speed and maybe the DA at a low speed to see if I can even improve them at all. This car does see an occasional touch-free tunnel wash, but it obviously hasn't been recently, because if you come back here and look, you can tell the dirt has only been washed off by the rain. This is the worst area as far as the door jambs go, is up underneath on top. That's all going to be cleaned. I'm going to do a rinse chemical using Superior Products Road Warrior, diluted about 4-to-1. Do the pre-soak, rinse it off, pre-soak it again, then do a contact wash without rinsing it off. Then I'll dry it, take care of the wheels, tires, all the door jambs. I'm going to see what I can do about restoring the cowl here. It's a little faded. It's got some dirt and other marks on it. But I'll probably bring you back when I'm actually doing the polishing with the rotary. And per Yvan, I'm going to be doing it at speed 1 with a waffle pad and a compound. We'll see how well it does in comparison. I'll try to get a 50-50 of the hood. And no, Yvan, I'm not using tape because that's what you say not to do. So I'll do a 50-50 and we'll see what happens. See you in a bit. So here it is, all washed, dried off. For a almost 15-year-old car, it doesn't look bad. It's got some fairly severe paint failure from age and lack of care around the door handles, especially on the hatch. I'm not sure how well this translates on the screen, but if you look at the LED light in the hood, you can see that there's like a silvery haze to the paint. It's not a real deep, rich red like it's supposed to be. I'll admit that I was only able to use the Road Warrior once as a pre-rinse, or as a pre-soak actually, and then my pump sprayer decided to leave this world for a better place, so I'm going to have to get one, hopefully like the one Nick and Yvan have. If anybody knows where they are, if you could send a link, that would be great. But you know, the paint's good. There's no real scratches or defects in it, no swirls. She doesn't take it to a brush wash, but she doesn't care for it either. She bought it new, and I'm the only one that has ever done any detailing maintenance to this car. So I don't have to worry about fighting or removing squirrels. This is just going to be an enhancement using the rotary, a waffle pad, and right now I currently have Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions one and done compound, which worked quite well on my Camaro. Show you a little bit of overall. You can tell the pillars here are not black. They're gray. You can really see it there in that light. But the doors, the sides, even by the door handles, no scratches, smears, swirls, nothing. This thing is, there's some pretty good oxidation there. You can really see the silver and just kind of dead gloss. It's glossy, but it's like a dead gloss. This pillar's the same way. These windows were dried I'm going to have to go after them with a magic eraser and window cleaner. That'll clear them up. Some of the paint failure I'm referring to is right here. Let me zoom in a bit. You can see, kind of blurry, but the paint is actually gone. And it's really gone right there. It's like that behind the door handles. The oxidation is really heavy here. If I rub my finger, you can kind of see the line right there. Where I wipe some of the oxidation off with my finger. There's more paint failure. Down here, this is really bad. It's almost got a definite silver tint to it. But for all practical purposes, it's not a bad car. Not in too bad a shape. Like I said, it's glossy. But in person, at least, it's a dead glossy. I mean, there's just something missing. It's not quite there. I'm going to let this probably drip dry for a few hours. It's about 8 o'clock at night. You can see the reflections are there. But when you really take a look at it with a detailer's eye, it's off. That's the best way I can say it. It's off. I will come back when I get a little bit of sleep, probably at 1 and 2 in the morning like I usually do, and I will film some of the rotary work. See you then. Alright, so here we go. Car's dry. Drip dried for several hours. I will be using the Hybrid Solutions One and Done compound, rotary polisher with waffle pad. I'll do the passenger side of the hood, give it a couple of passes. I'll do a quick video on me doing that. That way Ivan and them can critique my process. And I just thought that since this is going on my regular YouTube channel, and those who don't know who Yvan and Nick are, they are bigwigs at DIY Detail. They sell their own products, and they have a ton of videos that are awesome as far as instruction. So with that said, let me prime the pad. It's already been dampened. Just a little bit of compound, and I'll get started. Alright, that was quick and easy. Give me a second. I'm going to dampen a microfiber to remove the polish, and I'll be right back. Alright, take you off tripod here. Let's see if we can get a 50-50. Okay, so this is before. Come over here. There's the after. A lot glossier. Definitely more of a wet look. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but you can kind of tell through the screen here that there is a difference. Like I said, this car is in pretty decent shape. It's just got some oxidation everywhere. Today is going to be a very sunny day, so I will finish up and get a walk around of the car in the sunlight when it's complete. The second step is done and curing on the car right now. I thought I'd give you a real quick look at what happened with the headlights. That's about 5 minutes with the rotary and a Eurofiber 50-50 pad in the compound. That's after. That's before. See if I can zoom out and get you both. You can see I got rid of the yellowing, but the clarity, not so much. These things are pretty far gone. If it was my car, I'd just replace them. You could go the sandpaper route, but I'm not sure how much better they'd actually turn out. That's the after. Got some clarity back. There's the before. I'll bring you back when the car is completely done and out in the sun. So here it is, all done. Direct sunlight, and no swirls or holograms. I did a two-step, the one and done which you saw, and then I cleaned that all off and did a second step with the Turtle Wax ceramic polish and wax. There are a few buffer trails that I didn't see until I got it out in the sun on here. But all things considered, if that's the only thing I did for the first time ever, finish polishing an entire car with a rotary, I can live with that. Things I did notice is that the rotary does track the curves of the car a lot more than the DA does. It's very sensitive to the curves. You can see the paint failure in the sunlight. I went over this by hand because, well, I don't want to make it any worse than it already is. But all in all, I had a good first experience. Thanks, Ivan. Thanks, Nick.